Communication training with Dan O'Connor.
Wow!
Let's say that we have a problem with our boss, or we have a problem with a coworker or a customer, and they've gotten to us. It happens to all of us. We want to let that go. Remember that when you want to let it go and disengage, there is a 3-step process that if you go through it systematically, you will have better results than if you simply stop and think, gotta let it go. I am peace. Serenity now. Do you ever watch Seinfeld? Don't just stop and think serenity now. Instead, number 1, you want to stop and disengage physically. Meaning, take a walk if you possibly can. Most people on their break time go to the coffee room, sit down and have a soda. Don't do that. Instead, take a walk around the block. If you can find a place to stretch, for example, a lot of people work from home. If you can find a place to stretch, do yoga poses. I'm not a yogi, but if you can stop and do things like that. If you can stop and go for a bike ride, exercise a little bit, jump on a treadmill. If you are an exerciser, you know that after exercising for a good 15-20 minutes, you feel really different because that forces your body to release chemicals that make you feel good. Disengaging mentally is a 3-step process as well. So it's kind of a sub-process within this process. To disengage mentally, you want to, number 1, ask yourself, what are the objective facts? And ask yourself, what is their role in this? What is this person's role? For example, okay, they called me a name. That's their role. What is my role in this? And if you think my role in this is nothing, you are incorrect. Stop and think about what is your role that is causing you to feel the way you feel. For example, I'm believing that what they say is correct. That could be it. I'm hurt by what they say. That could be it. I engaged with them and showed a not so nice side of me when I called them a name back. Whatever it is, what is your role? I'm not being fair and flexible. I'm not listening to them. I don't understand them. All of those things could apply in most situations. And then step number 3, what are my options? For example, I can talk to them, I can let it go, I can choose to say, it's okay. You know, which is really a choice that we can make so often to say, maybe it's okay that they think that about me. And then once you have done that, step number 3 in the whole process is to disengage verbally. If you have not disengaged by step number 2, you want to then approach the person and use one of the scripts. That's when you disengage verbally, you're not just winging it and saying what's on your brain because your brain isn't working right at that moment. Recognize that. So step number 3 is when you disengage verbally to use a tool, such as a freestyle script, some power phrases. Use something that is not natural because naturally we are emotionally charged and are going to probably say the wrong thing. Remember during this disengaging process, when you're disengaging physically, disengaging mentally, and then you disengage verbally, remember that that person is innocent. They really are. So keeping that in mind, once you have gone through that process, you will be able to disengage like a master. Most people can't disengage ever. They hold things in and they end up bringing these issues home with them. They wash dishes with difficult people. They eat dinner with the gossips and backstabbers at work. They sleep with the gossips and backstabbers and difficult customers. Don't do that. Disengage. And there's a very simple process. We just went through it.